Welcome to the West Partnership Learning videos. This is for National 5 Health and Food Technology, continuing on with nutrition. Please remember that you can pause and rewind or replay this video as many times as needed, and the more notes you take, the better for your own learning. And today we are going to be learning about water, fibre and energy. Now, we have been looking at nutrients so far, and water, fibre and energy are not nutrients but are essential for health. So by the end of the day, we should be able to identify sources of water, fibre and energy that we can get in our diets, and we should be able to explain the effects that these have on our health. So starting off with water. Again, we know that this is essential for life, but it is not a nutrient, and we should be having at least 8 glasses of water every day. That obviously is dependent on what you're doing. So if you're on holiday, you might need more. In the hot weather, if you're exercising, you may need more. But as a minimum, we say about 8 glasses of water a day. So, what are the functions of water in our body? So, it is vital to life. We need it because it is required for all bodily fluids. For example, our blood, our saliva, sweat, urine. And if we don't have enough water, then we would be feeling really dehydrated. It helps to remove waste from the body, so it combines with dietary fibre, and this is helped break it down and helps us go to the toilet regularly to remove that waste from our body. And it also helps to regulate our body temperature by allowing us to sweat. Now, sources of water obviously comes from drinking water, as well as drinking things like fruit juices, milk, tap water, bottled water. Soup also has water in it, and we've got here tea. However, if you can drink more water and fruit juices rather than tea, it is better to avoid the caffeine. Fruit and vegetables also contain high amounts of water in them as well, so including them in our diet not only will provide us with the vitamins and minerals that we need, but also sources of water as well. Now, if you are not getting enough water in your diet, you will become dehydrated, which can result in you being really grumpy, as well as being confused and a real lack of concentration. So this was one of the big things that lots of schools did lots of years ago now, but to include water fountains and to encourage pupils to have water on their table, because it is found that if you are drinking enough water and you are able to be more alert during school. So to drink plenty of water, as it helps your concentration. As well as that, as it can have a really good way to flush out all the toxins out your body. It helps obviously to bind with NSP to remove waste from the body, so it helps you go to the toilet. It flushes out these toxins from our body. Our bodies are also made up of mostly water, so we can go a lot longer without food than we can do water. We need water to function properly. So moving on to when do we need water mostly? So during exercise, as you are sweating more, when you're lactating, so when you are breastfeeding, it's important to maintain high levels of water in your diet, as this helps to, again, make sure that you're not going to be dehydrated. And during illness, you lose a lot of water if you're sick or going to the toilet regularly. It's important to replenish these liquids that you are losing. In hot weather, you're going to be losing water probably without realising it, as you sweat more as well, and we need to replenish these liquids. Dietary fibre is also not a nutrient, but is essential for our good health. Now, it's not a nutrient because it cannot be digested by the body. Again, binds with the water in order to be removed. So fibre absorbs water by making faeces soft and bulky to aid removal, which helps to prevent constipation. Long term, if you were constipated for a long period of time, that could also lead to things like diverticular disease and bowel cancer. So by absorbing the water, help bulk out the faeces to get it through the body and out. Eating fibre-rich foods, also helps to give the body a feeling of fullness, which in turn will help prevent us snacking on high-fat, sugary foods, which could lead to obesity in later life. It also may help to lower the LDL cholesterol, so reduces the risk of heart disease. Now, sources that we can get our fibre from includes fruit and vegetables with the skins on. Now, most of the dietary fibre is found either on or just under the skins of things like apples and pears. So if we can keep the fruits, the skin on these when we eat them, we would be increasing our dietary fibre intake. As well as that is we have got whole grain cereals, bread, oats, brown rice, pasta, wholemeal breads, pulses, beans, lentils, peas. There are also two different types of dietary fibre. We've got the soluble fibre and insoluble fibre. So we've come across this word before when we looked at soluble and insoluble fats. So soluble fibre is thought to slow down our digestion and absorption of carbohydrates to help control our blood sugar levels, which is something that is really useful for people that are diabetic. Insoluble fibre absorbs water and increases them to bulk out to get our gut working properly and help remove these toxic waste from our body. Again, we've mentioned that if we don't have enough of fibre in our diets, we're at risk of constipation, which in turn could lead to bowel cancer and bowel disorders. Next, looking at energy. Now, energy again is not a nutrient, but we get energy from the foods that we eat, and it comes from carbohydrates, protein, and fat. So these are our three macronutrients, and all of these foods that we can get these from will provide us with energy. So another word for energy that you may see is calories. So if you are reading the nutritional label information and you're looking to see the energy on that, you will see the word calories as well. If we eat too much energy and we're not burning it off, then excess energy would be stored as fat, which would lead to weight gain, which puts us more at risk of obesity and coronary heart disease. Now, these things obviously are very dependent on your lifestyle and age, whether you are needing more or less energy for your day to day. So, for example, if you were a lorry driver and you weren't very active compared to an athlete, you would be requiring less energy in your diet on a day to day than someone that was training for marathons, etc. If you're not having enough energy in your diet, then you would see yourself losing weight and can feel really tired throughout the day. So, water, fibre, and energy, which are not nutrients but are essential for good health, we are now able to identify sources of water, fibre, and energy and explain why we need them in our diets and what the effects on our health are if we weren't getting enough of them. So before we go, I would like you to again summarise in 3 points what you have learned today. And the next lesson, we will be moving on to exam style questions.